Well. Welcome to another episode of SKST Radio, and you tuned in to the Cammie Grayson Show. And this month is Thanks for Giving Month, and I have a brand new friend. She goes by the name of Oya. Oya, say your last name.
Obinidodo.
Obinidodo. Ooh, it rolls off your tongue, don't you? Oya, welcome to the show.
Hi.
So Oya is like really shy. She's a little shy person. But let me tell you something. Don't let that shyness fool you. This lady is like packed with dynamite stuff. I mean, that's the type of woman I'm sitting right next to. She got it going on in a pair of neck bones. How you say that? Oya, tell people who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm a author, I'm a writer, I'm a singer and rapper as well. I do music. I'm a director of short films as well, and I do a lot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, so let's start off. Let's start off with the directing part.
Okay.
You do short films. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my first short film, I did a film called The Darkest Death, and that was basically a film about a woman who was an escort. She worked in an escort, and there was someone stalking her, and she didn't know who it was. And in the end, she, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, it kind of went awkward. And then I recently did a short film this year called Tent of Terror, and that's about a woman who is having auditory hallucinations, and she doesn't really know what's going on. She can't separate her dreams from her reality.
Oh wow! So she's this creative lady here. She got all kinds of stuff going on. Okay, and let's take it back. She is a single mom with 2 children. And she is a business professional, as you can see. She's an author. She's a writer. She does short stories. She does all kinds of stuff, films, and now on top of all of this, she's also experienced domestic violence.
Correct.
And so we want to get into her story. This is about her. This is about her story and how she overcame pretty much the negative and turned it all positive. And that's what I like about her. I mean, she has music out. She's on her 3rd or 4th album. And I mean, this lady's just, I mean, again, that's my definition for her. I mean, she got it going on. I'm telling you, she is just someone you need to know, and she needs to know you. So let's take it from the beginning. Tell people about your childhood. How did you get started in life here?
Well, as a child, I was raised in a single parent home. I had just my mother and I'm the only child. I never had any siblings growing up. And when I was a child, I was into a lot of different things. I was into music. I was into art. I was into, basically music and art. And I also played on the basketball team, the girls' basketball team as well. But I was in the gifted music program, the gifted arts program. I played the piano. I did recitals, and I was kind of a busy kid. I did a lot of different stuff to stay busy and stay out of the streets. But as I got older, that things kind of changed. I kind of went, off the path a little bit, but I was able to jump back on.
Okay. Well, so you were like, I was asking her because I feel like when you're recording artist and singer and stuff like that, a lot of times you get started in church. Mm-hmm. But she was different. She got started at school.
Yeah.
And so she had the support of her teachers and her classmates and things like that to really get her out there. And then, of course, the support of her mom. And so very excited to hear about what made you decide this was going to be what you wanted to do.
Well, when I was a kid, I always knew that I would love the music, and I always knew that I wanted to be a musician. So I stuck with it,
Yeah, you stuck with it, and now look at her albums later. Yeah, she just stuck with it. No big deal. And so very excited though. Okay, so you do music. And so what was your first passion? Was it the music? Was it the writing? What's your first passion?
I think my first passion was writing. I love to write. I wrote a book when I was a kid, and it made it to the the Young Arthurs contest, and I won, so I was kind of happy about that.
So did your mother, how did she feel about the music and the writing?
She supported me as a kid. Yeah,
She did.
she had me enrolled in a lot of programs to
To
keep me busy.
I
Yeah.
love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so from there, now you're older, and so you continued your craft as far as writing and songs and things like that. So when did you decide to turn all this into a professional?
Well, actually, I started releasing music in 2021 professionally. I didn't never go to the studio throughout the years of me growing up. I never went to the studio, but I finally got a chance to do it in 2021. I took myself to the studio, and that's how I jumped off the porch and started releasing music.
Oh, nice, nice. So does it, when you hear your music, how do you feel?
I feel okay.
Feel-
I feel alive.
Okay, so I mean, alive, you feel alive. I'm saying, when you first heard yourself, like when I first heard myself singing,
Mhm.
I'm like, ooh, that's not me, is it? I didn't like my voice. I
Oh.
never was, I don't call myself a singer, but I didn't like my voice. How did you feel about your singing?
Well, when I first heard myself rap, I liked it.
You did like it?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's cool. And so did you smile? And you was like, okay, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So
when I was in the studio, I was like, oh, okay, I got to do this. I got to make more music.
Now, is it hard or is it easy making music and going into the studio?
It's pretty easy for me since the music comes naturally, since I've been writing for so long. It just comes naturally. It's pretty easy. Making an album is more difficult than releasing a single, though, because I have to make so many different songs. But it can be done.
Okay. How many songs does it take to make an album?
However many you want to put up there. I usually probably try to. My first album had, I think, 7 songs. My last album had 12, and I don't know how many my next album is gonna have.
Okay, I remember you talking albums. I guess they still call them albums, but I remember it would be like almost 10 songs on one side, wouldn't it? The little and a couple of, and then you flip it over, then you have more songs.
Yep.
And so now you don't have to have that many.
No, you can have as many or little as you want.
Oh, wow. Is it because of the way you can purchase the songs now? You don't have to buy the whole album.
Exactly.
To get the individual songs. Well, that's interesting to learn. So, wow. So now, are you like making money big time off of this now, or how does that work?
I don't make a lot of money doing music, but I naturally like music, so I just do it anyway, whether I get paid or not.
Okay. Are you always in the need for looking for beats or anything like that?
Oh, yes. I'm always needing beats. Okay. Always.
Yeah, maybe I'll tell you about our guys Beats by Bro. They have a lot of music.
Oh, okay.
They have a lot of music. So for people, they look for people like you.
Okay.
That writes and need extra music and beats and stuff.
Yeah, I'm always always looking for beats.
Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, so now, how do you decide what songs are to make it and what songs not going to make it? How do you decide the beats? How do you decide it's going to be a song?
Well, I just listen to a beat, and if I like it, I'll just choose that and write to it.
Oh, so you write to the beat and not the other way around?
No, I don't write songs first and then put them to try to find a beat to go with them. I find the beat first and then I write to the beat.
Ah.
Yep.
I guess I'm always doing things backwards. That's crazy. Okay, so now you got these songs that's out. Do you are you planning on doing any music videos with these songs?
Yes. Some of my songs already have music videos. Like I know one song that's going to be on my next album is called Black Candle, and that's my latest single. I just did a music video to that. And then I have another single out called One Shot. I did a music video to that. And then I have another single out called I have a what is it called? It's called Caviar Breeze, and I did a music video for Caviar Breeze as well.
Okay, so Black Candle. Now I'm interested in it. So tell me a little bit about Black Candle.
Well, Black Candle came. I was sitting in my room burning a black candle, and I was just like, let me write to this. I can't, because I draw inspiration off whatever I'm doing. Like I was just sitting there burning a candle. I was like, well, I might as well write a song about burning a candle.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wrote the song, and the black candle represents protection in the spiritual realm. I believe in kind of like a Mexican religion called Santa Muerte. And that's where I learned about the black candles and the different types of candles out there.
Mm-hmm.
I read a lot of books about Santa Muerte.
Okay. So,
And that's where I got my name Oya from as well.
Yeah. Okay. And then, that makes sense now.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, how did she get that name? Okay. Yeah. So it's Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
It is Mexican.
It's a Mexican religion as well. Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it was more of a Nigerian or something like that.
No, but it does happen in Africa too. People in Africa believe in it too.
Okay. Nice. So now you learned this craft from reading,
Mm-hmm.
and then you decided to pick up on it.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I started reading the books and I started practicing it myself with burning the candles and saying the prayers and the rituals and stuff like that. And that's how I got into it. I just read a book about Santa Muerte not too long ago. I read a lot of books about
Mm-hmm.
it, a lot of books, and I watch a lot of videos about it. But I've never been to Mexico. That's the thing, because I've heard Mexico is a little dangerous where it originated.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to go one day if I can let go of my fear and just go over there.
But fear, look, this girl talking about she got fear. This girl travels a lot, and so what's the fear in Mexico? What is the big fear?
The Mexican religion where I believe in, Santa Muerte, it originated in a town called Tepito, and that's supposed to be one of the dangerous parts in Mexico City.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I have never been that far in Mexico, but yeah, I've been. It's scary just driving over the border. Okay.
Yeah, it originated in Tepito.
Oh wow. Oh man. Okay, so do you know anyone here that in real life that does the same rituals and things like that?
Actually, I don't know anyone in Virginia that does it, but I did meet people in LA that
Mhm.
does it
Wow.
when I was in LA.
So no, I'm mentioning earlier that she's a traveler, and so tell people about your travels.
I've traveled to a lot of places. I've traveled to 17 different states. I've never left the country. I've been in the United States my whole life, but I have traveled to about 17 different United States. I've been to LA, I've been to Chicago, Miami, New York City, Atlanta, South Carolina, North Carolina, of course, and Virginia, Florida, different places in Florida.
Mhm.
I've traveled to Indiana. I've been to Michigan, and that's pretty much it. I've never been to Vegas.
Well, Vegas is fun.
Yeah.
Whatever stays in Vegas, everything doing Vegas stays in Vegas. So you gotta remember that. Yeah, I had to learn that one. So, but okay. So now with all your traveling and all the things that you're doing, is that fun? Is that something you just love doing?
Yeah, I like traveling. I haven't left Virginia in a couple of years. Just the simple fact that I have to do things differently when I travel now, because it's a lot of dangerous places out there now. I watch a lot of documentaries, and I see a lot of dangerous stuff going on. So I try to travel more prepared this time, instead of just, because when I used to travel, I used to just jump up and go places without doing any type of research. I would just go, but now I can't do that. I have to do research first and know where I'm going, know what neighborhoods to stay away from and which places are safe and stuff like that.
Well, it is dangerous, more dangerous these days than it was back in those days.
Yep.
I do know that the crime rate for, because look at you, you're pretty, you're little, they do a lot of that trafficking type thing, so that's out there a whole lot. So this kind of reminds me of your book. And, I know we're going to talk about your book in the second half of the show, but just give people a little taste of your book. So she actually brought in the second volume of her book, and it's called Living Around Dangerous Human Predators and How to Survive Them. Like I mentioned before, she's a survivor of domestic violence. And so just give people an idea about the safety measures that you give them in your book.
Well, I write this book based on different rules that I go through on a daily life. Like if something happens, I just write it down. Like, for example, like, for example, one rule said when at a stoplight, always check for pedestrians on the left and right and let them go first. So like if you're driving, you want to make sure you stop for pedestrians, just little things like that. Let me see. Do not take medicine after drinking more than 2 drinks of alcohol. It can be life threatening. One time I ended up in the ER because I was drinking and taking medicine at the same time. And I knew that I should have known that that was dangerous, but I did it. And I made that a rule in the book. So it's just different things that you have to be aware of. And when you're going about your everyday life, take off bulletproof gear with caution. The day that you don't wear it could cost you your life. If you have a bulletproof vest and you wear it a lot and you take it off, that could be the day that your life is in danger. Mm-hmm. So I just write little different things like that for daily use.
Okay, so let's talk about the bulletproof vest. So you wore a bulletproof vest?
Yes, I do.
Tell us about that.
I don't wear it in public. See, I know I should wear it in public, but I wear a bulletproof vest around like where I live at, and because it's dangerous. I live in kind of like a dangerous area, so I gotta stay safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I had the little matching helmet to go with it too.
So I mean, how hard is it to get a bulletproof vest?
Oh, it's real easy. All you gotta do is go online. I order mine online.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so do you so I get, well, you travel a lot and you do a lot of car trips and things like that, road trips I should say. So tell people about your road trips and how to be cautious on those road trips.
Well, it's like one time I locked my keys in the car, and you have to be careful not to lock your keys in the car. I was in the middle of nowhere. Like I was literally in the middle of nowhere, and I had to wait for hours for someone to drive past me so I could unlock my keys out the car. And that's the type of stuff that's in this book. Like you don't want to leave your keys in the car. And there are kits online that you can buy to help you unlock your own car. Mm-hmm. And those are things, some of the safety measures someone should take before they go on a road trip.
Wow. And so what if, have you been on the road trip and you had a flat tire and no spare? Have any of that ever happened to you?
I have needed a jump when I was on the way back from Chicago. I needed a jump and I had to pull over at a gas station. Well, I pulled over at a gas station. My car wouldn't start and I needed a jump. And I learned to buy jumper cables from that day forward because I didn't even have any jumper cables. So that's the type of stuff that's in this book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's important. I learned that a long time ago. Mm-hmm. You have to have jumper cables because sometimes somebody might want to help you.
Exactly.
But they don't have the jumper cables. Mm-hmm. And then, that's a valuable lesson.
And then I use the electric jumper cables now because I don't need anyone else to help me. I can just plug the electric jumper cables to the car and start it that way.
Oh, wow. See, that's something different too. I never even thought about that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my mechanic had something like that the last time he looked at my car. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, I remember that. That's really cool. So, see, you learned a whole lot out there in the world.
Yep.
You learned a whole lot.
A lot. I did.
So, okay, so let's take it back a little bit. You are a single parent. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that.
Well, I have a 17-year-old. He's about to be 18 in a couple months, and I also have a 20-year-old, and he graduated from high school. I'm proud of him. I didn't graduate myself. I do have a GED though, so I'm proud of my 20-year-old from graduating from high school.
Oh, that's good. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Look at you. Look at you. Does she look like she got any kids? That old? Not at all. Not at all. Man, I mean. You know what? It takes a village, right? Mm-hmm. And so you have been there, you've done things, and again, you've been through domestic violence and things like that. And so you've learned how to package yourself. I should say that, package yourself to look out for yourself. And so let's talk about how, like you adopted this new religion. How does your family feel about that new religion?
Well, no one likes my new religion. They are Christians, so they really don't like it. They think it's devil worship, but it's not really devil worship. It's more so like a protection type of thing. You know, it's not devil worship. It's more spirituality in the Mexican culture. You know, I know I'm not a Mexican, but I did adapt a lot of Mexican behaviors, Mexican culture, especially when I was in LA. And so that's how I learned that religion. But anybody can practice it. It doesn't, you don't have to be a Mexican, anyone. You can be black, white, Puerto Rican, anything.
Wow. Now, so this religion, do they do like the tarot cards?
Yes, they do use tarot cards for some of the practices as well.
And you know how to do that?
Well, actually, I just have a deck of cards, and then whenever I do the spread and I pull a card, I just pull out the little booklet that goes with it, and that's how I knew what the card means.
Okay. Now, is that negative and scary? Do you ever pull up something like negative for somebody?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes.
Do you let them know?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't like that. No, I just want positive stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And who does, right? You always want to hear positive stuff, but in real life, everything's not apples and cherries.
Exactly.
You know? And so stuff happens to the best of us, you know, at the end of the day. And so, well, I mean, was it scary learning that?
It was in the beginning, yeah.
So how did you feel? It was kind of like, I know I shouldn't be doing this because my family's not like this, but I'm going to do this anyway. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I said I wasn't going to practice it because of them, but I ended up doing it anyway.
Because it's you, right? It's not them. This is your life. And so let's go take it back a little bit before we go to commercial break. I want to learn more about your movies and things like that. So tell us about that.
Well, like I said, I have one movie called The Darkest Death, and that's about a escort that met a crazy guy. One of her clients turned on her, and then I wrote another script called Tent of Terror, and that's about a woman that's having auditory hallucinations, and then unless she can't separate what's going on in reality from her dreams. And I direct my own films. I do have a crew of cast members that I use for my movies. I use like casting websites to hire them. I use the Virginia casting website a lot for that. But I direct my own films. I write them myself. I write the scripts myself. I do the sound, the audio. You know, I do pretty much. I'm a one-woman show.
Doesn't that get tiring?
Yep, sometimes it does.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish I had a whole crew of members, but I be trying to save money because my films are more on the low budget side. And so if I do everything myself, I can save a lot of money that way.
Yeah. And so I know we were talking earlier about, you know, the different people that I know from here, and I'm not from here, I've been here 6 years, that are doing stage plays and movies and things like that. And I bet, you know, the collaboration would probably be good. You know, if I can point you in the right direction, you know, just a hello, and, you know, maybe volunteer. You know, people want to get their name out there.
Right.
And a lot of times they volunteer just to be able to say, hey, I was on this film set and I learned how to do this and I learned how to do that. And a lot of times it helps other people to help some people. So that's a thing to think about too. So I would love to put you in connections with the people that I know from here that are doing the same things that you do.
That would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. So before we go into break, tell people how to get in touch with you.
You can find me on Instagram at Oya Obinidodo. I'm also on YouTube at Oya Obinidodo. And I also have a hotline number that I can be contacted with, which is 888-491-1626.
Nice. So when we come back, we're going to learn more about her books and how you can get the books and how you can get in touch with her, you know, to be in one of her productions and things like that. So hang tight. We'll be back after these messages.
An SKST Radio Network production. Powered by SKST Radio Network and SGA Entertainment. BG got you. Let's go. On with the show. On with the
Okay, if you just tune in, you haven't tuned in too late. You tune in to the Cammie Grayson Show, and this is the month of November. And guess what? It's Thanks for Giving Month. Yay! And then we have here my very special friend. Tell people your name.
Oya Obinidodo.
Oya Obinidodo. Did I say it?
Yes.
Oya Obinidodo. I like it. It just kind of flows. Just flows, just like she does. She flows. She got so much going on. I'm so excited for her. Okay, so we talked about her adventure, her positive adventures, I would say, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, if you don't mind, I would love to talk about the domestic violence part. We just came out of the domestic violence month, and to actually have a real recipient here, a person who can tell us the things that she sort of did wrong and made it right. So let's hear your story about that.
Well, I was a victim of domestic violence. It happened to me in 2014. I was at a strip party and I met someone there. And I invited him back to my house and he started trafficking me and beating me. And then it happened again around 2015. I met a guy online on Instagram. And I invited him to my house and he started beating me. And then it happened again in 2020 when I was in LA at a homeless shelter on Skid Row. I had met someone and he started beating me. And then I realized that it was a pattern that I was attracting these men. And it was because that I didn't pay attention to the red flags. One of the biggest red flags is watch where you meet people. If you're meeting somebody online, you don't just invite them back to your house. You get to know them first, meet them in a public space. Mm-hmm. And if you're meeting someone at a strip party, which is definitely not a good place to meet someone, I would say never invite people back to your house that you meet at a strip party. Always meet them in a public place. And also, if you're going to a homeless shelter, that you shouldn't be talking to anyone there at all. You should be trying to focus on yourself and getting your life in order.
Yeah. So, okay, so it sounds like those are three things that you did and had to learn about.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm going to ask this question. Do you think that meeting people and sharing with people what has happened, do you think that triggers them to give them the red light to be able to, well, she's been through domestic violence before, so I can treat her any kind of way?
Yeah, sometimes people do think that, but that's not true. They can't treat people. You can't treat people any kind of way based on what they've been through in the past.
Yeah, well, people have a way of throwing up your past.
Exactly.
Yeah, to you instead of trying to help you. They're just kind of using it as a crutch to use you. Mm-hmm. So what are your red flags now that you had then that now you see transparently right now?
Well, like I was saying, never invite somebody back to your house that you just met, especially if you're meeting them in a bad environment, like a strip party, a strip club, a homeless shelter, or online. Those are all three places that are at high risk to meet predators. So I would say watch out for red flags. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. If they're showering you with compliments on the first date, saying they're going to marry you and saying they're going to buy you a whole bunch of gifts and they're showering you with gifts and things like that, those are red flags to watch out for because that can be a predator, Yeah.
So for instance, I'm just asking questions. So for instance, if I met this person and they seem like they're too good to be true, mm-hmm. and they're saying, they'll do this for me and they do that for me, in exchange for you to do whatever they want you to do, sexual favor, or whatever they want you to do, and you do it because you're thinking you're going to get this gift from this person. That's a red flag right there, right?
Exactly. It is.
It's a red flag. Okay, because a lot of times women, they fall for, especially if they don't have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so they fall for people promising them gifts and things like that. So that's something not to get involved with. I do know that much. Yeah, I mean, so when you noticed the red flags, how did you get out? You had all these three situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get out of the first one?
Well, I told him one day we was arguing, he was beating on me, and I told him that I was going outside real quick and that I'll be right back. And I just never went back. And that's how I was able to get away from him.
So you left without like your coat or
Mhm.
shoes?
I
or-
left everything and it just left.
Oh, wow.
I even left my car.
Wow. You just left.
Yep. He had the keys to my car. He took the keys to my car and I just let him have it and just left.
Man.
Yep. And I never saw him again.
Wow. That's amazing. So what about number two?
I got away from him. He left on his own. He got tired of arguing with me. He just left and went back to New York City where he's from. And then the third guy, I was able to get away from him. I told him that I was going somewhere and I never went back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they didn't tie me. Thank God, I wasn't tied up or anything.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Yeah.
But I was able to get away with just telling him I would be right back. And I just never went back to him.
Yeah. What if you're in a situation where you are, where you can't get out the house or,
Exactly.
I think that's the scary part for a lot of the domestic violent women. But another thing too, though, you got to know that you're in a situation.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get out of a situation if you don't realize you are the victim and you are, because they have a way of turning it on you, right? It's your fault. I'm beating you up because it's your fault.
Mhm.
I'm beating you up because you made me, do this. So how do people react from that? How do they get away from that?
Well, I would just say, I'm just so thankful that I wasn't held against my will to the point where I couldn't leave. Like some victims do have to get tied up or, held at gunpoint, but I wasn't. Luckily, they were just beating me and I was able to walk away freely. But if you're in that situation, I would say try to reach out to the domestic violence hotline because they can help. They can help. And you don't have to stay in the city that you're in. You can leave and go to another city. Even if it feels uncomfortable starting over in a new area, you can still start over somewhere else.
Yeah.
If it means your life and your safety, I would do it.
Yeah. Now you have a hotline number.
Mm-hmm.
Tell people your hotline number.
My hotline number is 888-491-1626.
Okay, so you can call her if you need to just talk to someone. If you are in a situation that you are not for sure that you're really ready to get out of,
Mhm.
I believe if you talk to someone, they can probably help you. 9 chances out of 10, your family members already know what type of situation you're in because a lot of times it's isolation, right?
Mhm.
They will keep you away from your family. And so your family or friends, so they isolate you so nobody will know what's going on. And then a lot of times women, they feel like I can't make it without him. So she just gave you an avenue where you can actually call someone and they can help relocate you. And you don't even have to be in the same city.
Exactly.
And so so you can look up, say Google can look it up or Alexa can look it up, just domestic violence shelter.
Mhm.
Look that up and, find that telephone number or, do me a favor. If you're tuning into this show and you're seeing this show and you know someone that could use some help, please, please, please look that number up and be the good person you are. This is Thanks for Giving Month. Give that number to someone who you think need that number, or give her number to someone who you think need it. Give that gift of helping them get out of their situation.
Right.
So I appreciate that. And let's talk a little bit more about this book. So her book, Predators and How to Survive Them. And so this is like the second book of 4.
Mhm.
So let's talk about 1 and work our way down to 4.
Well, this is it's only two of these books right here. It's book one, and then this is book two. But I did write two prior ebooks. One is called Ain't No Love in the A, and that's about my experiences that I had when I was in Atlanta, Georgia. When I was in Atlanta, Georgia, I went through a lot of bad stuff. So it's a little short ebook.
Mhm.
And then I wrote a book called I'm Still Abstinent shortly after. And that's about my experience being in the escort industry when I was doing that, and how I became abstinent, and how another person can watch out for red flags and become abstinent themselves.
Okay. Let's talk about the escort thing, if you mind. How did you get into that?
Well, I started that in 2007, a long time ago, when I was like 18.
Mhm.
I went
Keep in mind, she's older, guys. She just looked like she's 18 now.
I went to a strip club and I started working, and then I met somebody there that introduced me to that lifestyle.
Oh, gotcha. So was it adventurous or fun, or was it scary the whole entire time?
It was scary the whole entire time.
Oh my gosh.
It's a lot of pimps invest in that industry. You can't it's hard to make money by yourself. What they call them renegades. When you're by yourself and you don't want to pimp, they call them a renegade. And I was a renegade, and I didn't want to pimp, but I ended up with one anyway, because there are always pimps in that industry. It's really, really hard to be a renegade.
Wow.
It really is.
Now, are the pimps abusive themselves?
Yes, they are. They're very abusive, and it's all about the money for them. They don't care about your health. They don't care about your well-being. They don't care about your mental health, anything. They only care about $1. That's all it's about.
Oh wow, amazing. So how do you get out of something like that?
I called the human trafficking hotline, another hotline number that I turned to. It's kind of like a domestic violence hotline. They do the same thing. They put you in the shelter. They pay for your transportation. They make sure that you get away from your trafficker.
Oh wow, wow. And so I never would have thought about like that being called human trafficking.
Mm-hmm.
I never would have thought of that because of the other way they're doing kidnapping and
Right.
shipping people out. So now I never even would have thought of it that way. But gosh, girl, you've been through a lot.
I have.
You've been through a lot, but you're shining now.
Yeah.
You're shining now, and you're able to tell that story, and you're able to help other people who might be going down that road that don't see a light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
And so I'm very glad that you're giving that information to us this month, because I mean, a lot of people are probably needing what you have to offer. So with that being said, tell people how they can get the book.
Well, my book is available at Barnes and Noble, and it's also available on Amazon.com.
Okay. And so and you can reach your social platforms.
You can reach me on Instagram at Oya Obinidodo, and you can reach me at YouTube on Oya Obinidodo.
Love it, absolutely love it, guys. If y'all have any words of wisdom, words of thanks for Oya, please feel free to leave it on our Instagram or our YouTube pages, and she'll get the message. Or again, you see her name there, Oya Obinidodo. Look her up. She's a beautiful person inside and out.
Thank you.
And so I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of all the things that she's doing and offering. And she's still writing, and she got music coming out. And I mean, what can we do to support her even more? What can we do? We can buy her music. We can go buy her books. We can do what it takes to kind of help get her. I mean, she's already up there, guys. I mean, she got albums out, but she's just taking this time to give back. It was in her spirit to do this show. It was in her spirit to give back and share her experience. And we're very grateful for that. We're very grateful for that. And tell people, what is your biggest accomplishment that you're happy with?
I don't have a huge accomplishment, but I'm just thankful just to be here. Just thankful.
Yeah, you don't think you're like your music? I mean, the books, all that's huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
And so, what is your favorite? What do you like doing the most out of all the things that you do?
I would have to say music.
The music.
Yeah.
So why?
I just love music. Every bit of it.
She got music in her blood.
Yep.
I love it. Absolutely love it. So is there anything else that I may be missing that that we need to share with the world? Because let's do some words of wisdom. You have time for that?
Mhm.
Okay, so if I was a youngster and I wanted to learn how to get into the music field, since that's your favorite, how would I go about doing that?
I would say start writing first, right? If you're writing your own music, start writing the songs. Start looking for beats, and then go to a studio that can help.
Mhm.
Go to a studio that can record you.
Okay.
Yep.
And so
The
then,
first step is finding a beat, finding a instrumental that you like, and the next step would be writing the song to the instrumental, and then taking that instrumental and that beat to the studio.
okay. Now, so if I'm taking my instrumental and I'm taking my writing to a studio, what would stop them from using my music?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nope. They will use it.
They will use it.
Hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, with that being said, you want to make sure that you get whatever you write and all your beats copywritten first,
Exactly. That's
before
true.
you
Too.
share it in the studios, because you don't want people stealing your stuff.
Hmm.
That's just the number one no. If it's someone you know and y'all working together and he's like helping you with studio time, give him that credit for whatever he's doing at the studio, mixing and
Mhm.
mastering, right?
Yep.
But there's a whole lot of different avenues now, especially with AI, that you don't have to just give away your stuff. So that's one thing that I can give, suggestion that I could give on top of this. Now, so what about being an author? Tell us about that.
Well, if you want to write your own book, just start writing. And you can use platforms like Barnes and Noble and Amazon that will allow you to self-publish your own book instead of going through a publisher.
Okay, now I like that. I like that a lot, because the publisher, they take your stuff, right? And so it's kind of hard these days.
It is.
And so you finding yourself self-publishing, you get your own credit, right?
Right.
You don't have to advertise that company in order to. And she's like 100% right, because I went through a publisher, and that publisher, I barely see any of my royalties, first of all. And so that publisher sells my books. I found that my book was in Walmart one time.
Oh.
I didn't even know my book was in Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
It's translated in Chinese now. My etiquette book. I didn't know it was translated. So this is stuff that the publisher's doing, and you get absolutely no credit for it.
Right.
They're using my book for like a lesson plan. So her way, what she's telling you, is 100% on point. And any other pointers that we need for writing?
I think that's it.
Yeah. So how do you get it proofread and all that stuff?
Oh, I just do all that myself too. I don't hire a proofreader.
So, okay. So with that being said, you can actually now, because we have AI, right?
Mhm.
You can now upload your book in Adobe format, and then you can have the reader read you your whole entire story, right? And then you see any mistakes, you stop the reader right then and there, fix that mistake, and then let it continue. And so I love that. That's something new, and that's what I'm sharing with, because I'm an AI person, and so I share that with the people that ask me about writing books. And so, but the self-publishing thing, I can't tell you a whole lot about it like she's done, because I went through a publisher,
Mhm.
to help me with my book. Not the last one, which is pretty cool, because I did Jada, my little cartoon character, my little daughter, my little cartoon character. But I did do her on what is it, the Audible book. And so you said your first book was
Ain't no love in the A.
Yeah. So see now, how did that work? How do you go about doing that?
What do you mean?
How do you publish it on Amazon.
Oh, I just go to Amazon Direct Kindle Publishing. That's the name of the website.
Okay.
Kindle Direct Publishing, KDP.
KDP. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, yes.
Yep.
Okay, and so I couldn't remember. I was just playing around, and so they told me because I did this like a couple of weeks ago,
Mhm.
and they said that it was not enough pages to do an actual book.
Oh yeah, it has to be a certain amount of pages.
Yeah,
I forgot
so-
about that.
Yeah, so I didn't know that, and so I put out a couple of more Jada series. But I mean, for people like you that know how to do it and who've successfully done it, I think that's some nuggets that we all could use.
Mhm.
And so, but do they charge? Do they get a fee? How does that work?
They take out a small fee or whatever you make, but it's not a lot.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, you can set the price for whatever you want it to be. So if you want it to be $15.99, they might take like $1 or something. I'm not sure, but
Okay.
they take a small percentage.
Well, that's not bad.
Yeah, it's not.
Opposed to the publishing company taking a
Exactly.
big percentage,
Yes,
and you're getting nothing.
exactly.
Yeah. So now, how does it work if you want copies of your book?
Oh, you can order author copies through the platform after you publish it.
Oh wow!
Mhm.
And
That's what I do.
Is that a cheaper price or?
Yes, yeah. It's these books cost about $2.
Wow. That is amazing, and it's a great book.
Yep,
Yeah.
but it's for sale for $15.99. But
Wow.
but when I order the author copies, they're like $2 and some change.
Well, see, this is the way to go to sell your books on your website, right?
Mhm.
Wow, I love it. Absolutely love it. So yeah, gosh, look at this walking dictionary right here. I just absolutely love her. Just giving, giving, giving. Man, is there anything else that we need to know about getting our
Um,
books out there?
I think that's it.
That's it. Well, thank you. So now we've learned how to do our own movie. We've learned how to be safe in the community. Did you talk about the flat tire? Did we talk about that?
I think so.
We did talk about that. Okay, so yeah, so how to save yourself, the survival part of the book. We talked about that. I've learned so much today, y'all. It's not even funny. She has given me the gifts. Absolutely love it. So, any last words of wisdom that you want to give to everyone?
Like I said, if you're in a bad situation, just don't give up. Always keep the faith. If you believe in God, keep the faith in that. If you believe in whatever you believe in, Santa Muerte, God, whatever, always keep the faith. Don't never give up. Don't worry about what the haters say, the abusers. Don't worry about what they say. Do you be strong and stay safe out there.
Absolutely love it. One more time, tell people how they can get in touch with you.
You can get in touch with me on Instagram at Oya Obinidodo. I'm also on YouTube at Oya Obinidodo, and you can call me at 1-888-491-1626.
Absolutely love it. Well, thank you, girl, for hanging out with me.
No problem.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I did.
All right. You're going to come back, right?
I will.
All right. Love it. Love it. So when she gets the new book out and then her plays, her stories, I mean, girl, you got so much going on. The music. I mean, I cannot wait to see her. I mean, she's already up there. I'm just ready to see her from what, from my point of view and, let's see what's going on. And so I was trying to see what this is. We had a little message up there. No, that's not something we want to talk about. We ain't gonna talk about that. Okay, so guys, until next week, right here on SKST Radio. Oya, tell them bye.
Bye.